Essence gang. Welcome to the Spirit Essence Show. I'm Tara Diana. I am an empowerment medium, and this is the show where you can come on and meet all sorts of different practitioners that are in my world from all over the world. And today I am so blessed, so happy to have a very dear old friend of mine. She's not old. She's an old friend, Angel. And Angel, I hope I say your last name right. I've never called you by your last name. Is it Valade?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what? Everyone that knows and follows me knows me, and the names has to be like just perfect. So Angel Valade. But Angel, I've always just called you Angel. And we've been spending a lot of time together recently for all sorts of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited that you're here finally on the Spirit Essence Show. And let's do a little bit of chit chat. Tell us a little bit about who you are. What do you do? What's going on?
Okay. Well, as you said, my name is Angel Valade. It's actually French. That's the English version. So for you being particular about the names, it's Angele. But
Oh yeah,
majority
no,
of people,
baby, no, 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 not that particular. It's just a matter of getting it out of my mouth.
I know that's why I've always been just called Angel. I grew up in Toronto, came out to BC in 1995, and that's pretty much when I started. Really, when I made the move to BC was when I said, okay, I'm working with spirit, I'm following, I'm trusting the best that I can. And here I am all these years later. Um, what I do, oh, wow, that's a loaded question. So I
Isn't
do a
it
lot.
though?
It
I mean, when
is.
people say to us, "What do we do?" Here's the thing: is like I am a medium. That is my forte. That is what I do. I am a medium, but I am so many other things included in that. Tell us a bit about that journey for you. What are you? What is it, Angel, that you do?
Okay, well, like you, we've
Hmm.
been mediums and psychic ever since we were little kids, right? So like that's just who we are. So now, finally, I can honestly say, yes, after all this time, I have become a Reiki master, soon to
Oh,
be teacher.
congratulations,
I
boo!
know, I'm so excited. So I'm going to be doing my first round of my Reiki teaching, the first three levels with my teacher, and then I'm out on my own on that after about a decade of really honing in the Reiki. I love doing my spiritual readings, and providing really deep spiritual guidance. And I think there's a form of acceptance when I do the readings, like people just able to accept, that it's okay to believe.
And to
And
accept, right? Not only to
yeah,
believe, but to accept it, to be like, okay, you know what? Maybe that's not what I wanted to hear, but I can accept that. I can feel that it has a flavor for me. So yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I've
not.
created an art of telling people what they don't want to hear in a way that they want to hear it. And,
Oh,
that's a gift. It's a
I
gift.
like that. I like that a lot. I think that's really
Mhm.
important to be able to give it in a way that
Mhm.
they can, well, accept it, like I said. So nice job, girl.
Exactly. So I like that. I do love providing the spiritual readings, but I'm also a subcontractor painter.
Yes, you are.
So I paint homes, brand new homes, constructions. I work for the film industry. I clean up a lot of their locations, a lot of Hallmark movies. Like it's just, and it's spirit uses, I've noticed over the years, it uses film. So I have created a really great relationship with the film industry. And yeah, I've been a single mom of five daughters since the age of 18, I
Oh,
don't know.
talk about femininity in the home, eh? Well, some of your
Oh,
kids though they have their own children, don't they?
yep. I'm a grandmother of three. My oldest is 34, then I have a 30-year-old, then an 18, 16, and 14, all girls. And I have three grandkids, one grandson.
Oh my
So,
goodness, you are the
sure,
divine feminine personified.
yeah. Well, and it was funny too because I was raised by women, so it's just like I just don't understand. And then when I went to Egypt, it was with the goddess retreat, so I'm just like, oh my goodness. So women, yes, but we're, also, yeah, there's a lot to talk about that. But yeah, I have girls,
You have
and
lots of girls.
yeah, and I love the fact that when I came out to BC, spirits really helped me on my journey, and then it connected me with the community and people like you, like. over this time, it really helped me be okay with me to, again, we're looking at that acceptance. So when I look into,
Yeah.
you know, the community, into my peers, and I'm seeing everybody accepting and doing, you know, it's been a long road. So I'm really excited.
Tell
Like,
us a little bit about your connection to Egypt. Now, I know that you create the oils that are Egyptian based. You create
no, they're from Egypt. They're
yeah.
actually from Egypt. So the only thing I did with the oils is I just did all the branding and the packaging. I just repackaged it. I did
Oh,
absolutely nothing. So these are oils that I've either handpicked. I went to 3 different perfume shops when I got there, because I don't know if you remember. You do remember. Your sister used to buy them. The angel scents when I made sense. Yep. So when I was in Egypt and they were bringing me to these perfume shops, I just kept, his spirit just kept talking to me. I'm just like, okay. So it took me a couple of years, but I rebranded them. I just, that's all I did.
are they perfumes or are they oils?
They're essential oils, perfumes. So there's some of the blends are actually the blends from the tombs. So depending on which ones you have, I have the gods, the goddesses, the queens, the kings, and then I have a list of all just like papyrus, flowers of the blue lotus.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, royal amber. So like I have about 31, and they're all from Egypt. So I don't do anything to them except put them in this beautiful bottle with this amazing um, label. Each one has a specific label, and then I individually seal them. And then the way that I packaged it and I'm promoting it is that when you go to open up the oil, you're opening up your own, kind of like your own Akashic records. You get a stone with it, and an Arabic stone, the calligraphy script stone that I always give away that helps access those Akashic records. It was like a no-brainer. It was like, oh my God, boom. And then I also have I have the beads, so I make the bracelets. So then you can purchase the oils and just put the oils on. And they're great for meditation, for healing.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, I used to do that years ago. Remember when I first came out with the Spirit Essence line? It was all about the
yeah,
intention bracelets with the lava beads and yeah.
yeah, yeah.
For
So
you.
it's the same thing, but with just with the Egyptian oils. And really anybody that's really connected to Egypt is really going to appreciate it. And I pack it, like my experience in Egypt was so incredible. It's taken me like a couple of years. I'm still processing it. I actually need, and so yeah, there's a lot of love in that. And you know, I'll be back in Egypt for sure. Like it's just a part of who I am. I can't deny
Sounds
it.
like it's home for you. Angel, tell us a little bit about the type of readings you do, though. You do Reiki, and I know you do Reiki symbols infused in the painting. Right now,
Mhm.
Angel's at my home, not right this second. She's been here a lot, but
Mhm.
she's painting my house for me, which is awesome because she's doing a lot of healing work. My home is open to a lot of people, a lot of energy that comes in and out, and I do rescue dogs and all those fun things. So there's a lot of stuff, and she's coming in and she's not only refreshing and rejuvenating my home, she's putting these beautiful intention setting symbols into the onto the walls and then painting them over, sealing them in. So I love that. But tell the people, what kind of readings do you do? When someone was going to sit down with you, Angel, what would they be sitting down to do?
Well, you're basically, the way I'm hearing how to tell you straight out, you're basically coming in and you're laying your cards of your life on the table. The deck that I use is the 𝐔𝐩𝐬𝐧𝐠 Tarot. I'm very particular. I can't very much deviate from that deck. It's very spirit insisted. And so basically, when somebody comes down, they're really looking at their life and where they are here and now. So I don't bring up your past because the past brought you to here. So you're going to be carrying that past. And these cards are just incredible. I'm going to be doing a workshop soon, and I'll let everybody know then. But then, so the past, and it brings you to here and now. I don't tell you your future, because if you're still hanging on to the past, or if you're still stuck, or you're still having to heal, or you're still in that conditioned kind of state of mind,
Yeah.
then you're not going to allow any future to come in. So I really focus on the here and now. And then I'm kind of like the garbage truck or the recycle truck, both two in one. So, you know, I'm taking away what is trash, what is no longer yours. When you're beginning of the reading for me, at the end, I'm taking it from you and I'm going to recycle back to you what's going to work. Do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
even get your
yeah.
trash
No, I
back.
get it.
You know
I
what I
get it.
mean? Like there's valuable shit in suffering. There's wisdom. So what I like to do is I like to take and I feel somebody. Like I really, that's the empath cancer in me. I can't escape that. Like I literally feel that other person. So through my own personal experiences and the traumas that I've experienced and then what spirit tells me, I'm able to help navigate them and they're able to clear or make sense. And my goal is not to see somebody again unless they really need that kind of because my goal for anybody that's going to come and take my time and pay me for it is I'm going to tell you, like I said, what you don't want to hear, but you don't mind hearing it in this way, like because you're
Mhm.
using, because I can feel who they are. I'm literally using their language. I'm just an echo of their own inner voice. And if there's people around, I'm always saying, I've been telling you that, but that person is like, they're engaged, they're getting it, it's clicking, right? So my favorite part of a reading, Tara, I don't know if this is for you, is when you literally see the light go on in somebody and they leave and they feel so much lighter. Like they just released their burden. And that's when I know I'm doing spirit's work. And that's where my heart especially overfills with gratitude, especially for certain people like you that have, and I've told you this many times. I know you guys thought I was crazy at the beginning, and I told you you were going to see.
No
So
one thought you were crazy.
I was a little bit out there and I was a little bit too much, and I definitely needed grounded. Oh my God, I know where I was in my journey. Do you know what I mean? So,
That's a great acknowledgement, though. Let's be for
mm,
real. That's a great acknowledgement. And you know what?
yeah.
Be able to be light with it. I always say to people, I say this every single session I do. I say I'm like a bull in a china shop because that is what I'm
Mhm.
like. When I come into the room, I come into the room like, hey, and you'll know whether I'm happy,
Yeah.
whether I'm sad, whether
Yeah.
I'm mad or whether I'm annoyed. You'll know why, because I'm a Scorpio. So if my
Yeah.
mouth doesn't say it, my face is going to show it, and that's your personality. So I love that you own that, and good for you.
Oh yeah, I think ownership is the most important thing when it comes to knowing who you are. And if you're going to even think about doing shadow work or any kind of spiritual journey, you have to acknowledge everything and have some kind of form of a detachment when you're looking at things, because and again, it depends on how aware or conscious that person is in terms of the oneness and the collective of it all and the multidimensionals. Like, so people like you, I can speak freely and I know that you're going to get it. And
Yeah.
I know that what you don't get, I know you're going to feel me. So I know I don't even have to say a word to you and you're going to really feel my vibration,
And
right?
that's the thing that happens when you go on these spiritual journeys, when you have an awakening or an aha moment. And like you said, I'm a natural born medium. I've done this since I was born. I didn't come into it until I didn't really understand what it was until my early, well, I guess no, I would say mid 20s or so. So
Uh,
one of the greatest things about that, though, is that you get to kind of experience from a place of, okay, I know what this is. I know what I'm doing. Now, what do I do with it? Right? So you get to move into that spaces. And sometimes you lose friends. Sometimes, people are like, I don't really understand this kind of thing. It's not my jam. It's not my flavor. So I'm going to step back from this person. And there is those tinges sometimes if you're like, oh, and sometimes you don't even notice. And that's the interesting thing, that the conversations have stopped, or the getting together has stopped. And then you recognize that the change came when you changed, when you went into your authentic self, whether it's spiritual or it could be something else. This applies to any change in direction. But you see that, but then you also see the people who come in and hold your space. But the true
mhm,
people, the people that I think are just absolutely divine, are the ones that can hold both space.
mhm.
I always say the soccer dance mom, the lacrosse dance mom, and the metaphysical mom, right?
On that note, I was actually thinking about this when I was stuck in traffic driving home from your house. I actually heard that. So funny that you would say that. That is, I have to actually acknowledge you on that because you rock that shit. I wish I was able to do that. I wasn't able to do those two. Backstories anyway, but watching you, and I watched you, especially with Ryan, because we've been friends for over a decade, and I watched him win his championships, and I watched how proud you were, and you actually you really did balance that. And I got to tell you, honey, like watching you over the years, you gave me so much courage, and I got so much strength, and I got, look, and always kept hearing, look, Angel, look at Tara, look what she's doing, and look at Tina. Remember, I was like, look at Tara, and I'm like, yeah, and that's why I would tell you, no matter what was going on in my world, Tara, if you got a show, I am there. Like I have to do it, because I knew that somehow over the last decade and a half, like it's been a while now, I was, one foot in, one foot out, but you were there, and I was there, and now I'm really there. Because like when you go through your house, honey, you have no idea how much energy and love I put into that place. Everything that I am and have become and will become is going to be in those walls. And just so that you know, above your door when you walk in, that is the Archangel Michael Sigil.
Oh, and he's the realm that I sit in. So that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. But that also brings us Angel, Miss Angel. And thank you so much for all that. Not only are you doing amazing work as a painter, but adding all that extra in. Let's talk about that. This is something that you've brought up more than once over the last couple years, how painting and using symbols and really coming into a home. And I think there is nothing better. And maybe some people won't understand this. Maybe some people, not maybe the ones watching this right now, but outsiders would be like, you came and said, hey, I'm going to paint your house and I'm going to put these beautiful symbols in and I'm going to raise the vibration in your home. And they're standing there with their mouths hanging open going, oh my God, what is she talking about? And I think something that's really important to mention here is that when you do symbols and things like that, and when people understand it, that's powerful. But when
Mhm.
you're able to come from that white light, and a whole different conversation for the podcast with Nancy one day, but I'm not into the whole black magic and curses and all that jazz. I don't believe entities attach themselves to us and all that. I believe negative energy is negative energy, and we're going to get into that in some other time. But if you're going into someone's home in that white light, and you're like, okay, I'm going to paint this wall and I'm going to put the
Okay,
chakra.
I don't do that to everybody's house. Okay,
No,
so
I know,
it's
but I'm
yeah,
just,
yeah.
my point being here is that how beautiful is that kind of energy
Oh, it's
if
amazing.
and people wouldn't even know that their house had been blessed, and it would just be in there. Now, I'm not saying you do that. I'm not saying my point in that is that you can sit in beautiful energy created by someone and receive all the benefits without
Mhm.
understanding it was
Oh
the
yeah,
benefit.
yeah.
Then if
So
you know about it, when you said Tara,
that's different.
Angel
Yep,
Michael,
yep.
and is above you, that to me is powerful. That to me says, yes, I have the protection, I have the strength of
Mhm.
Archangel, the right hand of God. Right? Never tell my husband that's what it means. The name Michael
No.
is the right hand of God.
So
Read that.
just so like like okay, so how I came up with this is because when I was working with contractors, and I'd be in all different, there's a whole backstory to this, but I'm going to make it really, really short. So there was contractors. It's a very man there. This is woo-woo stuff. Okay. So I came up with this on my own, and I tested it. I think you remember a few years ago, but it turned out that when I started painting houses, because this is who I am naturally, right? So I'm going into somebody's houses, and I've been in all different kinds of homes, from multi-million-dollar homes to like welfare project houses. Okay. And it doesn't matter there is a long story about this and why I'm amazed. I love my job, but that energy and who I am as a psychic medium, I have no other fucking choice, man. Sorry. Like
That's
I'm
okay.
literally painting the walls, and I'm picking up all this stuff, and I'm trying to filter because I'm absorbing it. I have to filter it out somehow.
Of
Okay.
course
So
you do.
so
Absolutely.
it's just by the natural effect of me doing that, that's happening in the house just because I'm there. So automatically I know I'm there for a reason because spirit brought me there. So then I'll be picking up all this stuff, and then the homeowner and contractors actually saw this. And the homeowners would be telling me everything that I was just picking up. And then it became, I think I came up with the Reiki idea when there was a woman hugging her walls when I was leaving the house because of the energy of who I am. and putting it into her walls. That's when I came up with the actual Reiki idea, is because she was literally hugging the walls. And so, that's where I came, healing the heart, mind, and home. And, from an this is where the backstory comes in, from an entertainment point of view, especially now with TikTok, with the way that we have with our social medias and our handheld devices. The moment we were entertaining people, honey, you're going to be entertaining tonight a whole bunch of people at 7 o'clock tonight. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, fucking right. You're going to be on TikTok. So you're entering all those people, and this is their homes, honey. So on the flip side, because as within, so without, well, there it is, right?
Yeah.
So it was a beautiful, yeah. I want to say discombobulation, but it's not, because it was, but then it all came together. And
Excellent.
I
As
just
long as
love
it comes together, it can be as off and as out in Timbuktu as you need it to be.
Dude, I'm always out.
Me too. Angel,
Yes, ma'am.
let's bring this to a close with a kind of a cool question. If there was one thing that you could have known in advance about working with spirit, what would it have been? If you one thing that you could know about spirit or working with spirit before you got into the working with spirit that would have helped you, what would that have been?
To just really submit and trust without fighting it.
You know what? That is not the first time I've heard that. That is, and it won't be the last. The biggest gift we give ourselves when doing this work is the ability to trust wholeheartedly, to remove judgment and ego and expectation out of the spiritual work and just stand in our power. And if people don't understand it, that's okay. That's okay. They can take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So I love that.
Okay, so the way to cultivate true peace of mind really is to mind your own effing business. Like,
Truth.
so it
Truth.
it really, really, when you look at it, wow.
You're not wrong.
You
You are
know,
not wrong. How can people find you, baby? How can people find
um,
you? Where are you?
I'm online. So on TikTok, my happy medium on Facebook. My name Angele Valade, but it's Angel with an E. So that's that Angele thing.
Yeah.
So Angel with an E Valade. They can find me through social media.
Yeah.
This website. I'm on YouTube. I don't have anything new yet. And TikTok, my happy medium, my happy medium AV on Instagram, and Facebook, my happy medium.
So I'm sure if someone Googled my happy medium, you're the first person that's going to come up and they'll find you on whatever platform works for them. Fair enough?
Pretty much, yeah, because that's what I like to do. I like to create a happy medium one way or the other, right? Like,
Love it. Angel, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you've had a very busy day at my home, navigating the dogs and the painting and doing all this stuff, and we love it, love it, love it. If anyone is looking for an exterior, I believe you do as well, painter, this is the gal for you. She has got all the talent, but she's also a very beautiful healer and a reader and just a good friend. So come out, check her out. She'll be on my summits. She'll be on the what else will you be on? Oh, at the fairs. She's doing all the works with us, so you can't miss her.
yeah,
Yeah, you can't miss her. You will have a treat if you came and sat with her. And so on that note, friends, I'm going to say, Angel, my heart to yours.
I love you.
I love you too. And to all my friends, make sure you're checking out the podcast with Nancy Brady and I, Spirits, Angels, and Guides. Oh my, we're on all the platforms that you would normally do, you're listening to. And give us a 5-star review if you like it. Give us a 5-star review if you don't like it. Just give us a 5-star review. Okay, friends, take care, and we'll talk to you next time.
Okay.